Do you know that people once walked on the moon in 1969 during the Apollo 11 mission? Let's first see an overview of the mission, and then we'll explore how it happened.
15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Shadow. 4 forward, drift into the right a little. 30 seconds. Forward, drift. Contact light. Okay, engine stop.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're going to be busy for a minute.
Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon. On this July 20th, 1969.
That's one small step for man. One giant leap for mankind.
Oh, that looks beautiful, Neil.
It has a stark beauty all its own. It's like much of the high desert of the United States. It's different, but it's very pretty out here.
Beautiful view.
Isn't that something? Magnificent sight out here.
Magnificent desolation.
Tranquility Base, Houston. Guidance recommendation is pings, and you're cleared for takeoff.
Roger, understand. We're number 1 on the runway. 7, 6, 5, engine arm ascent. Beautiful. Very smooth. Very quiet ride.
Apollo 11, this is Hornet, over.
Apollo 1, this is Apollo 11, reading you loud and clear. Our position 1330.
Did you know that people once walked on the moon? That's right. A long time ago, in 1969, astronauts flew all the way to the moon and back. This amazing adventure was called the Apollo 11. Today, we're going to learn about it. Story of Apollo 11 is super exciting and important. It shows us how brave people can be when they work together to explore new places. So, let's hop into our rocket ship and blast off to the moon. First, let's meet our 3 astronauts. There was Neil Armstrong, who was the captain. Then, there was Buzz Aldrin, who was the second person to walk on the moon. And last but not least, there was Michael Collins, who stayed in the spaceship while Neil and Buzz explored the moon. Can you imagine being in a spaceship with your friends, flying through space? That's what these astronauts did. Now, before they could go to the moon, they had to prepare a lot. They practiced for many months. They learned how to fly the spaceship and what to do if something went wrong. They even trained in a big swimming pool to practice walking on the moon. Why do you think they practiced so much? It was because they wanted to be ready for anything. Finally, the big day arrived. On July 16th, 1969, the rocket, called Saturn V, launched into the sky. It was super loud and bright. People all over the world watched as the rocket took off. Can you imagine how exciting that must have been? After a few days of flying, they reached the moon. But they didn't land right away. First, they had to get into a smaller spaceship called the lunar module. This was the part that would land on the moon. Neil and Buzz climbed into the lunar module, while Michael stayed in the big spaceship. As they got closer to the moon, they saw its surface. It was gray and dusty, with lots of craters. Then it was time to land. Neil had to be very careful. He used all his training to guide the lunar module down safely. Finally, they touched down on the moon. Neil said, "The Eagle has landed." Can you imagine how happy they must have felt? Now, it was time for Neil to step outside. He opened the door and took his first step onto the moon. He said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." What do you think he felt at that moment? He was the first person to walk on the moon. Buzz joined him outside, and they bounced around in the low gravity. They collected rocks and took pictures. They even planted a flag to show that they had been there. Can you picture them jumping and having fun? After exploring for a while, it was time to go back. They climbed back into the lunar module and flew back to Michael. When they reunited, everyone was so happy. They had done something amazing together. Then, they all flew back to Earth. On July 24th, 1969, they splashed down in the ocean. They were heroes. People all over the world celebrated their incredible journey. The Apollo 11 mission showed us that with teamwork and courage, we can achieve great things. What do you think we can explore next? If you enjoyed learning about the moon landing, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. What was your favorite part of the story? Let us know in the comments below. Remember, just like Neil, Buzz, and Michael, you can dream big and reach for the stars. Keep exploring, and who knows what amazing things you will discover.